As probably most of you all know, there have been some clips of Juanita Bynum. She is most known for as a gospel singer. That she's said some things that have offended people. We're gonna watch the clip really quick, and I just want us to have a quick discussion about this clip, primarily because especially during this time, I believe there was a poll that went out that said that 3 out of 10 people are considered atheists or don't believe or don't have some sort of belief in a God. And there are a lot of people who are still struggling with their relationship with God. And they see these things on social media. And for some people, what they see on social media is all they know about God. And so I want to take a look at this clip, and I want you guys to let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with her? Do you not? And again, this is just a short clip. This is not the full sermon song. Again, as I always tell my audience, my fam, that get the facts first and then make a wise, smart decision. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a quick look at this video, and we're just gonna see what's going on.
Told y'all that the church is supposed to be this. Who told y'all that it's okay if we just jam? Who told you that you can do this and then sing in the choir, then sing on the praise team? I'm not hearing y'all talk to me. Then you do this and pick up a mic and want to prophesy. You can't prophesy when you just got to dancing to the devil's music. Turn it off. Because that's what's in some of y'all cars right now. But I hear the Lord saying, clean it up. It's time to clean the church.
All right, ladies. That was a lot that she said. A lot of people are upset with her. A lot of people are coming out saying, this is why I don't go to church, because of people like this. What are your thoughts? What were your first, let's talk about, what were your initial thoughts when you first saw this?
My initial thoughts was, this isn't the first time I've heard this before, come out of a church. Someone takes a position. So I'm not quite sure why it's so controversial. But if this is your first time, hearing something like this, okay. But I get it. Some people feel like you shouldn't listen to certain types of music and you should only listen to gospel music because there's a spirit in music. Music can take you to a place that you were or been or wherever. So I get the concept of what she's saying. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong because I listen to various things. But if you are in the Lord, you just are. And I'm just stop right there so everybody else can jump in.
Christy, your thoughts?
Honestly, I looked at that. I was looking at that and then thinking about what you said in the beginning, less so just kind of like, everything's in context. And, that's a very snippet of a clip. And I don't want to say I don't have an opinion. I do. What it is the fact that I just don't, that sounds really bad. I just don't put too much stock into what other people say in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't judge or pay attention or what other people say when it comes to the Lord, for the simple fact that we all got to test the spirit by the spirit. Mm-hmm. And so if I feel convicted or a certain way about something I'm doing, I'm going to make some changes in my life. Now, like Juanita said, I'll be honest with you, I listen to all kinds of music. And I don't think that's an issue. I listen to, all kinds of stuff. And now granted, there are some things that I may put a song on, be like, ooh, I'm feeling some kind of way about that, let me turn it off. Yeah. But I think that just some things are on an individual basis based off of you and your relationship with Christ. And I'm gonna stop talking, so I want to definitely hear what everyone else has to say as well.
Well, Iceberg Slim said that I guess the Usher song that was playing in the background, he's saying that's in his car. Shout out to Iceberg Slim. Tony, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, I'm kind of on the same page with everybody else. I listen to all types of music, and I'll be honest, there have been some songs that are secular that have definitely moved me to a place where I can't even remember the song, what it was, but there was one that I rewrote the words and sent it out to the group and made it a gospel song. So I could not find that text for anything, but I mean, I was so moved by it, that I'm feeling some type of way, and it's encouraging. And you know what? God spoke to me through this secular song and actually had me rewrite the words and turn it into a gospel song. So I'm like Iceberg. I got that song in my car, but I also know what my relationship is with God, So at the end of the day, I really feel like it's all about your personal relationship with God. One of my favorite songs is I'm Blessed by Charlie Wilson. So it's just what does that teeter on? And my very favorite version of that is the one that includes T.I. So is that secular? Is that gospel? I love me some Kirk Franklin. I love me some Ty Tribbett. I love all of the artists that have kind of a secular feel almost. Kirk Franklin, We Win. That's my jam. I couldn't even tell, should I be dancing to it? I know I'm dancing for the Lord, and I'm getting the we win, and I'm being lifted up by the words that are encouraging. So I kind of feel it's all about your relationship with Christ, because you can totally hear a secular song and rewrite the words and send it out to your prayer group.
Iceberg Slim said, great convo, ladies, but Juanita wildin', yo. Reclaim Your Success said, I agree with Christy. And the Culture Report said, not the biblical remixes.
Yeah. Yes.
Bryn, let us know. What did you think when you heard Miss Juanita over on that mic with the Usher song in the background?
I'm very much on the same page as my sisters. I listen to a variety of things. I'm definitely an old hip hop head, but I have often, like Tony, changed the words to make it work for me, and work for where I'm at in my life, and make it be. I've made Andrea Day's song "I Rise Up" be a spiritual song for me. So, and I've made it to be a prayer that I've made to the Lord. I just think it's individual. And I think sometimes when we get into, because she does have a Holiness Church Kojic background. So I know that there's all of these pillars in place and around how she worships and how she ministers. So I have a hard time with finger pointing when, my relationship with God, a lot of times I'm like you, Tony, I'm blaring Kirk Franklin, We Win out the side of the Jeep. And I'm blaring it because I don't care about what everybody else thinks. This is about me. And so, I say that to say that it was just interesting how she was doing. She says that, and we have definitely seen her in media in good and bad ways. I'll just say that and leave it there.
All right. D? I mean, you sipping hard on with the cup.
This is a reminder to myself.
Ooh, I love y'all, ladies.
To know what kind of live we having today. Are we having a keep it 50 keep it 100
Keep
or
it
keep
100.
it 1,000. I need to know what kind of
1,000.
love you
Okay, or 1,000.
100,
We're going
you
there.
already
Keep it
know.
1,000. You already know how we
1,000
roll.
trillion.
Come on now.
You
Keep
know,
it 1,000. Let's go.
So keeping it 1,000, I totally agree. We are not here to judge. I agree with Christy. You got to test the spirit by the spirit. And I also want to add, number one, no disrespect to the speaker, but just because you say something loud or you holler it don't mean it's from the Lord.
I was just about to say, man, she was a little loud.
Number two, God is not manipulative. And the fact that particular song was playing in the background was trying to make somebody feel shameful and trying to make somebody feel guilty, because it took everything within me to keep my shoulders not from bopping, because that song is a bop and that song slaps. And yes, it's in my car.
Yep.
She was being
Guilty.
I'm not saying she, I'm just saying that could be extremely manipulative, because you're trying to say, see, you was bopping. You should feel shameful and guilty. And guilt and shame is not of the Lord. Also,
that's right.
I believe that you have to stay above reproach, particularly if you call yourself a prophetess, a prophet, a woman or man of God. You have to stay above reproach. You can't give a word to a congregation and say y'all, when there's also video clips of people's 60th birthday parties, bopping to Mary J. Blige, dancing, talking about, I like what I see when I'm looking at me when I'm walking across the mirror.
Well.
I mean, is that secular? Is that secular? I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, as a woman of God, we have to do our best to stay above reproach. And if we give a word from the Lord that we know applies to us too, we have to be very careful about our use of pronouns and the person and the speech that we're using. Is it second person you? Is it third person we? Is it first person me? And we have to hear God very clearly. Because all I'm saying is guilt and shame is not of the Lord. Just because you holler something don't mean it's from the Lord. And we have to stay above reproach. Because if you're telling people you shouldn't do it and somebody can find a video of you doing it at your 60th birthday, it may make people not take your word, the word of the Lord from you, as seriously as maybe they should. That's all I'm saying. If we keep
Amen.
All the things.
Amen.
Agree. And that's what I want. I was afraid that people would take that and think that because I am listening to that type of music that I can't get saved. That I can't have a relationship with God.
Exactly.
And that is far from the truth. And I know a lot of people take what she's saying out of context, but that's not the case. Nobody is perfect, and that a prime example. Right. They showing video of her, shaking and bobbing, and so I think is like you said, we have to be very careful how we use our pronouns. And ladies, I totally agree with you all that it boils down to your relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? You have that true relationship with Him. He will convict you with the things that you should or should not be doing.
That's right.
But yeah, shout out to Fresh Out. Love they podcast. Make sure y'all check it out. For all my hip hop fans, they have a wonderful podcast with great guests. They just recently had a guest on, Miss Kathy, who has wrote numerous books. She's got a book coming out with Little Kim. She's did her book with Aaliyah's coming out on Monday. Just really, really good video podcast. Check them out on YouTube. Fresh Out Podcast. Iceberg Slim said facts. Y'all going in tonight.
Thanks, Iceberg.
Thanks, Iceberg.
Thanks, Ice.
We love you.
Yes. Ice.
See, this is why we can't get together.
Right. That piece right there.
That piece. That part.
So, and you know, for those who are just joining, we are just having a really good time. Oh, Brian. Oh, she had to put the auntie glasses on. I ain't mad at you.
And
Come on.
crooked.
And the aunties. We are just having a really good time trying to get ready for this week coming up, and we just want to have share some of our life lessons, some wisdom